Yo, what's going on? I'm quickly making this video for you to explain you something that I learned in my speech journey while looking back on it. So I didn't do this while I was in the middle of my speech journey back a few years ago when I was still stuttering heavily and working on that every single day. I wish I knew this, but I didn't. It's something that I learned as a byproduct of doing a bunch of different shit and looking back and seeing what helped me and what didn't. And this is something that you must do before speaking. This way of relating with yourself and relating with your fears, you must take this on if you ever expect yourself to be able to speak how you want, independent of the environment you're in or independent of the people you're speaking to. Because most likely you have no problem speaking to your dog or a person you feel very, very comfortable with, or in a room by yourself. The problem only starts when you start to feel more uncomfortable with the person you're speaking to. You feel more unsafe to express yourself authentically, and you feel like you have to be someone in order to get a type of validation that only they can fucking give you. And it's just not a fun way to live if you have to live that way, trying to prove yourself all the time, trying to please others. It's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable because you're not living aligned with your true values. But quickly before I hop into this, my name's Chase Gillis. If you don't know who I am, and I help people overcome stuttering the authentic way, without speech techniques, without ear devices, without having to breathe a different way. We address the real root issue of the fear and the anxiety and why there's interference when you're speaking. Because you can already speak fluently. You can. Why is there interference sometimes? Starting to develop a plan to remove the interference, because it's different with each person, is what I do. And if you want the ability to work together with me so you can overcome stuttering the same way I did, then you can book your free one-on-one call with me down below in the closest link down below in the description. Book your free one-on-one call and see if you would be a good fit for the program. But anyway, let's hop into this right now. So the thing that I learned was that the word acceptance can be taken many different ways. The word acceptance can be like a fucking trigger word for someone like me. Back a few years ago, when I was looking up on YouTube how to overcome stuttering, and all I saw were people saying you have to accept it, you can't change it, you just have to learn to live with it. I fucking hated that. I hated that so much because I didn't want to accept my stutter. Because I thought if I accepted my stutter, that means I would throw my hands up in the air and say I'm gonna have to fucking suffer in every interaction. I'm gonna have to be the weird one that feel inferior every time I speak. Why is acceptance a fucking answer? And so when I say acceptance, it means something else, because the answer is pre-acceptance. What I'm going to explain to you is called pre-acceptance. And what pre-acceptance is, in order to be fine in any interaction and be able to show up your best self, fluid and naturally and effortless while speaking, you must be able to pre-accept. But what I mean by pre-accept is not throwing your hands up in the air and saying, I can't change it, this fucking sucks, blah, 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 blah. No, you can fucking change it. I know you can fucking change it. You can change the shame in you, you can change the fear in you, you can change the anxiety, you can change your relationship to all of that, which will indirectly impact your speech or directly impact your speech. So, what pre-acceptance means is being able to accept before the interaction happens, being able to accept the unwanted outcomes you want. Being able to accept the unwanted outcomes or the unwanted results that are in your brain. Because before I dive into that deeper, you must understand what I said at the beginning. We are already fluent. We are already effortless in how we speak. We can do it by ourselves. It's about understanding why the fuck there's interference in there sometimes and not others. And the number one reason why there is interference in your brain causing you to stutter more is because you are resisting and constantly holding on to a specific outcome that is unwanted, or a specific result that is unwanted. You can say, oh, they're going to judge me. Oh, they're going to mock me. Oh, they're not going to accept me. There's a specific outcome or result from speaking. Oh, I'm going to stutter, that you want to avoid. And because you want to avoid this interaction or avoid this outcome, you will get mechanical and you'll start trying not to stutter because that's your intention. That's what you'll want to avoid. And you'll start speaking very mechanically, being in your head, not fluid and not natural, like you're in a room by yourself. And that's when you're going to stutter the absolute most. When you're trying to physically put your mouth in the right spot, your tongue in the right spot, breathe in the right rhythm, that's when it's all mechanical, and that's when you remove yourself from being able to speak naturally, how you already can. So when you pre-accept the worst case scenarios, I'm gonna stutter, they're gonna laugh at me. You don't have to say that I want this to happen, I want to stutter, but you have to be in the mindset where you know you will be completely safe if you stutter. You know you'll be completely fine if you stutter. You know you will still be able to have air in your lungs, breathe, go to dinner tonight. Nothing will change. Nothing will change if you stutter. And if you can accept in your brain before speaking that the worst case scenario you'll be completely fine in, the worst case scenario is you're gonna feel shit for a few seconds, and then you can continue throughout your day. Whatever the worst case scenario is for you, to be able to take time to prove to your brain that it's going to be completely fine. There's no need to resist this outcome anymore. The strong resistance you feel to stutter is when your brain thinks you're going to die if you stutter. It's when your brain thinks that you're not going to be okay, that you're not going to be accepted, that you're not going to be able to be loved if you stutter, and that's complete bullshit. So once you come to the conclusion yourself that you're going to be completely fine no matter what, and you pre-accept the things that are holding you back the most, the fears that are causing the interference, causing you to be in your head, causing you to anticipate. Once you're okay with the outcome, then you can speak however the fuck you want. And what's fucking silly about this is once you are okay with stuttering, you stutter the least. Once you're okay and you feel safe, even if you get caught in uncomfortable situations in a block and you're like, okay, that's gonna suck, but I'm okay. I know I'll be able to live if this happens. Guess what? You're not gonna be caught in those situations anymore. Those situations you only get caught in when you have strong resistance to not get caught in it because you view it as unsafe. And it's what you resist persists. So once you're no longer in a resistant state to certain outcomes that you want to avoid, you're no longer putting your energy and time and focus into it, the no longer you're bringing it into your life. Okay? So, if you do not know how to pre-accept, if you do not know how to be okay with any outcome, if you don't understand how it is safe to stutter, if you don't understand how judgments of other people actually mean fucking shit all, so you can prove to your brain that you're fine with whatever outcome comes, if you're confused on this path and you want the actual step-by-step guide to overcome your stutter, and you want me to hold your hand throughout the whole process, bring you from being shy in social interactions, being held back, feeling inferior, feeling inauthentic, feeling fake, and you want to be able to express yourself however the fuck you please, no matter what environment, no matter who you're speaking to, you want to be natural and effortless like you can by yourself, then again, you can click on the closest link down below in the description. You can book your free one-on-one call with me to see if you would be a good fit for the program. And if we find out you are, we can start working together week by week by week and get you to overcome your stutter the authentic way. So without further ado, I love you, and I'll see you on the call. Peace.